1 second, everyone. Trying to fix problems. And we're back, maybe?
I believe so.
So, my third monitor said that it was done for a second there. And when that happened, it messed my other monitor up, and Windows didn't know what to do.
Oh, no.
This is why I kind of don't like Windows. Okay, I think we're back. All the way. Looks like it. I'm gonna say we are, so keep rolling.
Alright, so, like I said, we were in Africa. We're opening in Africa. Old man has found Diamond Vein. Shocker wants it. They try to get him, but he ends up falling off a cliff and nearly dying. As we dress a mannequin in his clothes and throw it off the cliff, and it lands hard on a cliff. So he should be dead, according to that. But I guess not. Oh well. But thankfully, Hongo is in the neighborhood, who should be in Europe, but he's not. He's in Africa today. And only in Africa today. He'll be in Europe.
Because, you know, Africa is in Europe.
Only if you suck at geography. Especially because they zoomed in on like the southern part of Africa, even.
I mean, I would be like, okay, well, maybe he caught a shocker plot on his way back to Europe is what happened. But he's been gone for a while. That's not what happened.
He's doing some he's doing some backpacking around the world to just blow up shocker shit.
What is he trying to pull an Edgy before Edgy existed?
More or less. The show writers have big hermit writer energy, I feel like, with as much as they just go, alright, we're just gonna go around the world and just fucking blow shit up. Just blow up Shocker and all the other evil organizations whenever we find them.
I mean, Shocker's everywhere, so...
Apparently.
Gotta stop Shocker.
Anywho, we follow the medallion to the kid who gets it, and his caretakers are absolute dicks and write off the medallion as being worthless, but the kid wants to keep it, and he runs off to tell an officer, hey, I don't like these people. I don't want to deal with them. But they say the kid's lying, and more or less they're assholes. Unfortunately, they will not live long. Because the kid's sent off to go do his paper route. And the two of them are eaten by the monster of the week, who just sucks them into his giant mouth thing. So they're dead. We catch up with Hayato at the club, who gets word about the whole diamond mine situation with Hongo. And that has him and Taki go to find the kid and investigate. Unfortunately, at this point, Shocker figures out, because the medallion and the map and stuff is not on the two of them, so they're like, it must be on the kid, let's go after the kid! And they attack him and try to suck him into the monster, or the monster tries to suck him up, but some random girl comes in and saves him. I don't know why this random girl is here, who has a name, but is in all of, 2 scenes? Who is this girl?
Yes.
But that stops them from being sucked up, and it gives time for Taki and Hayato to arrive to fight off Shocker and the monsters as usual, only for Taki to once more job out clean, because he gets a fucking dart to the neck, and now he's poisoned. and Shocker like runs off now. So also the kid runs off randomly at some point in this. I will be perfectly honest, fight scenes are the thing I least pay attention to in this show, because they are the least interesting thing of this show, except for one part in this episode that I popped for because it looked incredibly stupid. Anyway, Hongo leaves Hayato in the girl's care because Hongo also sent an antidote for the poison that I think they tried to hit the doctor with, or the grandfather with, earlier in the episode. So thankfully they have that. So Hongo's trying to go find the kid. Shocker, meanwhile, since they can't pick up the kid's trail, decides to phone Satan.
Literally.
So Dr. Death, literally in the scenario, Dr. Death just phones Satan to be like, yo, I need this kid's location. And they find out it's at some temple somewhere. I'll be honest, I perked up at this because I'm like,
I think I looked over, because I was doing other stuff at the time. I think I looked up, saw this, and I just sat there watching because I was like, what? What is wrong with them?
You know, Shocker's into Satanism. Don't you know?
So they kill adults.
Yes.
They kidnap children, and they phone Satan.
Yes.
And we wonder why current day treats Shocker like idiots.
Look, we can't go this hard with Shocker anymore. We're not allowed.
Maybe for the best.
Yeah, we literally can't show Shocker turning kids into child soldiers and also phoning Satan in for a favor. We get in trouble for that. Incredibly so. Anyway, so they have the kid's location. They get on his trail. The kid ends up, while he's at the temple, sees them, Shocker coming after him, so he runs again. Runs into that cop again from earlier. Cop is no help, so he runs past him, or runs off again. But Hayato does get the cop to be helpful because he points him in the direction of the kid, which, randomly at this point, we cut over to the club where I forgot her name, but the fortune-telling one with her oversized deck of cards. It's like, the kid's fate is kid is in trouble somewhere high up. Why? What did we need the scene for? Before this, we see him climbing some radio tower thing. Why did we need the club to be like, oh no, he's in trouble as he climbs higher?
Because reasons.
Because they're required to be in this episode, because none of them appeared till now.
Yeah.
Anyway, the kid gets chased up a radio tower. He eventually gets poisoned as Hongo calls in the Hayato to find out where the fuck to go. But Hayato arrives first, rescues the kid off the tower. Hongo also arrives. They clean up with the double rider kick. But before that, they do a rider wheel.
Yeah.
Where they more or less try to roll
thing
in a pin
ever.
And just roll across the ground to get closer to the monster, then get up and start punching him.
The literal most pointless thing they could have done.
It's so stupid. It's so bad.
They didn't even plow into the monster. No, they used the rider wheel to get to the monster that was close enough for them to have walked.
Yes. It's so bad. Whose ideas was this? Who? I demand answers. Whose idea was the rider wheel?
Well, they need a teamwork move. No, they don't. Not if you're going to give us that.
They have a team up move. It's called kicking the monster at the same time. Maybe. Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes that doesn't work.
Sometimes one of them misses. They're really bad at doing the double rider kick at the same time. Anyway, that's done. Han goes back to Europe. The grandfather comes in and is like, hey, I sold the diamond mine for a bunch of money. Grandson, let's go start some orphanages and get a home for some orphans. Yay! That's the episode. Which takes us to episode 50, Monster Kamestone's Murderous Aurora Program. So we're at the music part, where Shocker's latest creation decides to blind people with an aurora in Japan. That also takes forever to blind people.
Yeah.
Also, I'm confused on how this blindness works. Okay, so Goro was staring at it for was looking back and forth between his camera and the aurora for 2 minutes. And it's not until he tries to take a picture of it then he's like, oh god, no, I'm blind. And then all of a sudden, everyone just starts being blind, starts complaining about being blind. In very quick succession.
Oh, it gets better. It gets better.
Yeah.
Because, we find out so many different things about this that it's like, did anyone do any form of research?
So the girls, Goro, and a couple of Goro's buddies all end up blind. I assume with a bunch of people at the amusement park, since this is affecting the amusement park, and they all get taken to the hospital. And this is when Hayato, Taki, and I think Tachibana at this point are informed of this, and they're on to the hospital.
Yeah. And informed that their retinas were burned. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
And at this point, Hayato's chakra senses are also off the charts. Because this has to be a chakra plot. I love how... Why must there always be a question if it's a shocker plot? I'm pretty sure if it's something crazy and stupid, it's a shocker plot.
Yeah. Except for, I guess, using that logic, the same logic could be given to the doctor that also said that he apparently had some form of medicine that would give them their eyesight back. That's not how that works.
Sure it does. You just drop this liquid in their eyes and it just fixes stuff.
No. Not to the point that they... Ugh.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Incredibly so.
Anyway, so they're at the hospital. They eventually get on the roof, and that's when the monster tries to blind them! And also busts through a wall to throw its shield at them that explodes. But thankfully, Hayato and Taki have come prepared to this rooftop randomly because they came with ski goggles.
Because I don't even on this.
So they try to fight off the chakra grunts and the monster. Taki ends up losing his because they rip it off his head because Taki is a fucking jobber. God damn it, Taki.
You have somehow manages not to get blinded.
He's one of the people who survives being blinded by this monster, apparently.
So this I have to wonder how.
Oh, it gets better because Hayato then transforms, and apparently him transforming removes his goggles.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why does it A, remove his goggles, and B, does his cyborg body not resistant to this?
To be fair, the transformation after he's blinded That one's even better.
Oh.
because you know, it costs too much budget to, you know, do like some kind of a white band to kind of imitate that he's still got the bandage over his eyes. No, we just give the regular transformation.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when he transforms, he's perfectly fine.
So yeah, Hayato transforms. He tries to fight the monsters. Unfortunately, he gets blinded in the fight, and Shocker leaves. This unfortunately leaves Taki and Tachibana as the only people left to do anything. And Taki has decided to call in backup from the FBI, who are sending in a specialist of some sort to help. Spoilers, the specialist is the monster.
And at this point, if you couldn't have figured that out, then have you been watching this show?
They've done this already once.
Yeah.
Although I think this time they say, oh no, I killed him, I took his body.
I'm pretty sure they said the same thing the last time too.
Probably. So anyway, Taki meets this guy while Hayato tries to overcome his blindness by using his super hearing in order to drive his motorcycle. And I guess fight. Because if you can drive a motorcycle, you can fight a monster. That's the general rule of thumb for Rider, isn't it?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. But we also see that someone has spotted him driving and is plotting against him. Oh, I wonder who it could be. The next day, he feigns that he didn't drive his motorcycle at night outside the hospital when Tachibana talks to him. In a scene that I thought was, oh, I'm doing this to not worry you about my condition. Instead of, I'm doing this because you don't know that I am Nigo. As we find out later.
But he does. Wait a minute. No, he does.
Yes.
He knows.
Right.
Everyone that knows that he is Nigo, he knows about too.
Yes.
Why? Like, I didn't catch that part, apparently.
Oh, from the end of the episode? Yeah. Yeah, no, I caught on to it. I was just like, Brah!
What's next? Hongo won't know that he's a rider?
Quick, Amnesia episode so we can have a recap special. Tangent. I have to feel like that 01 has gave people like just anger every time they have to deal with a clip show now, since 01 has so many clip shows attached to it.
I mean, if you don't like it, just skip it. I kind of did.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably the best.
Like, pretty much if I knew it wasn't going to add anything to it, I didn't even fool with trying to look it up.
Yep.
That, and, you know, that was also when Gen Corp kind of just fell off the show completely.
Yep. Anyway, we find out that everyone else has been healed by these meds that have been provided by FBI Man. But Hayato hasn't used them because...
his shocker sense must have been tingling.
More or less. Outside, Tachibana finds Hayato's bike has apparently had all of its gas replaced with nitroglycerin that explodes on contact. Which I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. Yeah. I don't think you can throw a leaf that has been tipped with this stuff and it just explodes. I don't think it's that volatile.
I don't think this show really cares.
No. Anyway, we also see when the doctor talks to Hayato about the meds were also explosives. So it's a good thing Taki didn't.
Except, I think Hayato made the comment about, or asked the doctor if it had been used on everyone else, and the doctor said, "Yeah, it's helped them." So, did we have multiple versions of this, and this one was specifically for Hayato, or did we really just kill everyone and act like we didn't?
I think it's a case of he gave everyone else the good stuff, and he gave Hayato the explosive stuff, and he was hoping the fact that everyone got the good stuff meant that he would take the explosive stuff and go boom. Even though we tried to kill all of these people multiple times already, and we probably should have killed them.
Yeah.
With this stuff. Oh well.
Yeah, because that would have, solved problems.
Yep. Anyway, with this revelation, we figure out, oh no, FBI man is monster. Oh no, and he's with Taki at the amusement park, and he's being attacked by Shocker now.
Because, of course, he is.
Yep. So this leaves Taki fending off the Shocker goons, and they get the better of him and trying to drown him in the lake there by shoving his head in for a little bit, then pulling it out, and then shoving his head back in and pulling it out as Hayato shows up and is like, Taki, where are you? And Taki can't answer because he's drowning. But Hayato does find him, help him. They beat up the Shocker goons. Hayato tries to fight the monster and is doing well until the monster turns on all the amusement park rides and stuff, and sees he's on the teacups of doom. He's spinning in circles while also all of the noise, so he's completely disoriented and gets the shit kicked out of him until he manages to make it outside the park, where he beats up the monster and Ryder kicks it, and we're done.
And apparently magically got his eyesight back after he kicked the monster and blew it up.
Yep. So everyone celebrates on said teacups of doom as Goro talks to Hayato like he's not Nigo, and it's just like, oh, didn't you get to see Nigo do action? He's like, nope, I couldn't see anything. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, show, will you be consistent about who the fuck knows that he's a fucking writer? God fucking damn it. This fucking series. So how'd you feel about this half?
I feel like this half didn't tick me off as bad as the last episode of Dispatch.
Makes sense. It was kind of meh. I popped for moments in this, but overall I'm just like, oh my god, why won't this show just I need something, show, please give me something. I need something.
I'm almost at the point of, why won't this show end?
Yeah,
because now it's kind of feeling like, they're not going to do anything. Just end it. Just be done.
Until we hit the 70s, and then we're in the home stretch. Yeah.
I swear, if we screw around this entire time, and then when we get in like the last 20 episodes, they try to hammer out plot, I'm going to be like, why? Why could we not have done this all this way? Yeah.
Well, let's hit the back half of this batch of episodes with episode 51, Stone Monster Unicornus versus Double Rider Kick. So Shocker is prepping their new monster by taking out all of this man's blood and replacing it with this liquid formula made up of the fossil of a unicorn.
Makes sense.
Bear in mind, this is the mythological unicorn. This is not a regular animal that is named unicorn. This is the mythological unicorn, as said by Hongo later, of Greek and Roman mythology, which is that where the unicorn originates from?
Maybe? I don't know, actually.
I would feel like it's. I thought it was like medieval origin, not Greek and Roman. But I don't know. Who knows? I'm not doing the read moment.
I mean, it probably isn't because, I mean, the show hasn't done research for anything else that is more common knowledge, so I'm willing to bet that you're probably right, it didn't. But I don't know. They might have got lucky.
No, it is Greek in origin.
Huh.
In Indus Valley civilization, which was a Bronze Age civilization in South Asia. So yeah, no, they're correct mostly, except for the Roman part. They should have just dropped the Roman part. Anyway,
I mean, you can't expect them to be perfect on it. They at least got close.
Yep. So, with this new monster, they're going to freeze the riders. The riders. So, Hongo sends a letter from Europe describing how a fossil was discovered and it's now been stolen. And this is a shocker plot, so go investigate. And we cut over to the rest of the gang that are not Hayato and Taki as they are exploring the forest because fuck else do they do on their off time?
Definitely not, ride motorcycles.
Yeah. Except for that one time they did. Does anyone besides Taki, Hayato, and Tachibana ride a motorcycle in this group anymore?
Probably not.
This isn't a whole lot of a racing club anymore, is it?
No.
So anyway, Ebi and Hongo go off exploring some caverns, and they end up being confronted by the monster, who immediately freezes them and turns them into stone or ice. Because I'm just gonna say it's ice because it looks like ice.
Even though they call it stone.
Yeah, it functions like ice. It's ice. So they end up frozen, and with them missing because no one went into the caverns to look after them. Tachibana calls in everyone to go find them, so Hayato and Taki are brought there, and they eventually find their frozen bodies, and they have to take them to a lab to try to defrost them. And this is all according to plan for Shocker, because they need them to go to the lab in order to prompt the lab to have its doctor make its super energy beam in order to melt the rock. Ice thing, whatever. They need the super energy beam, so they need the notes out in the open. Not the physical device, just the notes.
Well, I mean, Shocker wants to make the stuff on their own.
I mean, you could also just steal the beam.
Yeah. But that's too easy.
Yep.
They have to do it the hard way. They didn't learn that work smarter, not harder.
Yep. So we follow the monster attacking the lab, but the assistant triggers the alarm and then is immediately frozen. And Hayato and Taki end up giving chase to the monster and to Shocker goons outside. They do a fight for a little bit, but the monster dodges the rider kick through teleportation and swears he will return. So much for that fight. At this point, Taki tries to investigate the caves, and he gets hypnotized by a bunch of candles and captured. Bravo, Taki. You continue to prove your usefulness to the team. God damn it. Taki has been demoted so hard in these episodes. Like, more so than usual.
Yeah.
I don't think they know what to do with 3 heroic characters who can hold their own.
Well, they definitely don't know what to do with 2 heroic characters and a sometimes heroic character.
Yep.
I mean, Taki still can't beat monsters, so unless we're just dealing with a pack of Shocker goons, he's kind of useless.
Yep. So with Taki captured, Hayato, we follow Hayato to his apartment where he gets gassed to stagger him, and then he has his legs frozen, taking him out of the fight for now. So the monster ends up stealing the plans and taking it back to the Shocker base. But thankfully, Hongo's back in town randomly for some reason.
Because reasons.
The plot demanded that he be here.
I don't even think he said he would be in the note. So, yeah, this is completely just, yes, he's here.
Yeah. But Hongo gets told by Taki where to go for the base. He goes, he finds Taki and frees him. They fight the monster in the base for the stolen plans. While Hayato gets his legs unfrozen. Hayato arrives, they blow up the monster with a double rider kick, get the notes back, everyone gets unfrozen. Yay! Hayato leaves, again, back to Europe, only to come straight back from Europe in the very next episode. God damn it.
Yeah.
Why have him leave if he's just going to show up again?
Because reasons.
Like, oh no, Hongo's leaving again. Too bad the preview shows that he's back again.
Yep.
Which takes us to our last episode of the batch, episode 52. My name is Mysterious Birdman Giggles.
I'm just gonna say, out of this week's batch, I didn't like this one the most.
Yeah.
Mainly because it rank of stupid.
So, Shocker is developing a gas that makes people want to murder each other, or anyone they see. And they're going to deploy this using a crow monster that disguises itself as an actual crow that talks.
About Ryder and Shocker. Keep
so that it can
mind.
be sold. So that it can be sold at your local Shocker pet store by some shady looking guy who is totally not Shocker.
Yeah, at your totally not Shocker pet store.
Yep. And apparently in this scene, I missed this because Goro was apparently there. I didn't think he was.
He wasn't at the intro. It was when he was talking to his friend, meeting up with the other kids that were there while the crow was getting bought. And they made the comment about, yeah, it talks about Ryder and Shocker, and it's like, okay, there's red flag number one, and no one catches it. Why?
Yep. No. So this mom buys the crow for her daughter, and we see them take it. At this point, Tachibana hears about this with Goro, who apparently is not paying attention to the fact of, a talking crow. That seems suspicious. Maybe we should investigate this. Nah, he's busy reading whatever fucking magazine articles he's reading at the moment. To, I guess, care about, there's randomly some shocker bird, some bird that is talking. Maybe we should check it out just in case.
Now, I will give Tachibana this. He didn't know the bird was talking about Ryder and Shocker. He just knew the bird talked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that should have raised a little bit of an alarm, but not as much as it should have with Goro when, right before this, he found out that the bird was talking about Ryder and Shocker. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's two parts stupid there.
Yeah. Anyway, Goro goes off to go and look at into this bird with the girl whose parents bought the bird at the moment, whose mom bought the bird. Hayato and Taki drop by the club and find out about this, and Hayato's chakra senses are tingling. And
because,
we see the family.
He's the only smart one in this situation.
Yeah, and we see the family end up succumbing to the gas, and the parents kill each other, and apparently the entire apartment complex ends up killing each other. Yeah. Because they spread it through the entire complex.
By being in that one room.
Apparently.
I don't even.
So the daughter and Goro make it there. They discover her parents dead. Hayato shows up and Goro's like, "Ah, shit, we need to get help." Hayato and Taki show up. And they try to leave with the girl, only for the crow to corner them in the elevator. Why didn't you take the stairs? It might have been a smarter decision to take the stairs.
I mean, everyone was already dead, so maybe Shocker left?
Yeah.
But there again, another stupid point.
Anyway, they corner him. Hayato chases the crow up to the roof. They fight for a bit. Only for him to get gassed. But instead of it making him go berserk, it paralyzes him.
Because those are totally the same thing. And can totally be, considered together.
Yes. So Hayato gets paralyzed, and then he gets thrown off the roof with a mannequin dressed as the rider thrown off the roof for him.
Yeah,
and I love how
when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, hi, mannequin."
I love how we smash cut from him falling off the roof back to the club where Taki and Goro are, and we just see Hayato walk in. It's like, "Hey guys!" Clunk.
Yeah. How?
How did you A, survive the fall, B, get back to the club while you are being paralyzed, and C, how are you not dead in general? Did we not have time to go like, oh shit, how did Hayato get there? Who cares? He just shows up in doors and just collapses.
I mean, to be fair, they had plenty of time. They could have had Hongo bringing him in, being like, yeah, look what roadkill I found.
Nah. Nope, we gotta leave his appearance here for a surprise.
Yeah, because of course. I feel like if they just embrace the fact that they've got two riders, this show might be more enjoyable.
Yeah, they keep wanting to avoid it.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. Anyway, so after he collapses at the club, Shocker plans to inject him with some sort of drug that apparently will specifically kill the riders. Because
that apparently is also supposed to be the same drug used in the gas. Explain that one.
I don't know. Anyway, the girls end up buying the crow for Hayato to make him feel better, even though they should know better about this bird that talks. It's like, oh, right, the last person who bought this bird died horribly.
I mean, maybe they didn't know that. I feel like they did, but I would be willing to give the show that little bit there.
They're not in this episode long enough to explain what the hell their role in the plan was. Because they only show up for this scene and then they're gone.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, okay, I might give them that one. Because they are literally only here just to buy this bird and take it to Hayato.
Yep. Because Taki shows up and is like, oh shit, this bird's suspicious. We need to go investigate the owner. So he goes and tries to investigate the pet shop owner. He ditches them, only to lead Taki into a bunch of Shocker goons, so they beat the shit out of him again.
Because it's Hayato and Hongo's turn to shine, not Taki's.
Yep. The crow transforms from its bird form into its monster form. It tries to kill Hayato in sleep, only to find out it's Hongo, who they do this whole bit to introduce Hongo. It's like, I am the original writer. I was in Europe, and now I'm back. And I'm like, motherfucker, you were in 2 of the last 3 episodes. Why are we doing this?
Because the shows were out of order. I swear sometimes it feels like it.
Okay, project for anyone who's listening. see if you can cobble together a better continuity of episodes in this fucking series.
And in case anyone's wondering, yes, you can remove episodes completely.
Please do.
Because there are many that mean nothing.
I would like an essential viewing order of this fucking series. Anyway, Hongo ends up getting gassed after he fights the goons and the bird, and he gets taken to the chakra base. Instead of being stabbed with the thing that would murder him, no, they just take him back to base.
Mm-hmm.
Because that makes sense.
Unless it's some dumb they couldn't do that until he had been gassed because reasons.
Maybe. I don't know.
But they didn't say, so yeah, chalk that up to another dumb point.
Yeah.
I swear this episode was just a big bag of why are you that stupid?
Yeah. So anyway, Hongo gets taken, he gets locked up. But apparently this fails because Hongo had an antidote on him he found in another Shocker base in Europe and brought with him.
Because apparently Shocker makes antidotes for everything.
Apparently. So he fights off some goons, but the bird has a bunch of tanks of this gas, so Hayato has to go intercept it while Hongo's dealing with the goons and Dr. Death. He eventually faces Dr. Death with his scythe for a little bit before he fucks off. We see Hayato fight the bird and the goons, so they don't use the gas to kill people. Hayato or Hongo eventually shows up, they double rider kick the monster, we're done. And at this point, Hayato decides that he wants to go traveling around the world, so he leaves to go to South America.
And to give Hongo his show back.
Along with his camera. I guess. As a memento of, hey guys, I was here. I'm gone now, bye. I also love how when the first time Hongo came back, he's just like, I can't stay. I don't want to stay. There's more important work to do. And now it's just like, I gotta come back every couple of episodes in order to make sure everyone doesn't die. So, yay.
Yeah.
And that's the episode. How'd you feel about this half?
Oh, that last one. Oh. Like, the show can't figure out if our cast is smart, dumb, remembers who's a writer and who's not. It takes any kind of cues that are giant red flags. It's like, can we at least get something consistent?
Can we get consistency, please?
If they're dumb all the time, fine. But don't make them catch on to the slightest little thing in one episode and make them oblivious to the whole world the next. It's like, why? That just feels like bad writing. Like of the highest degree. And it's like, ugh. I really don't want to diss the show that bad, but it's like, it's not giving me anything to give it good.
Well, I got better news.
Oh boy.
Nigella put out a dev diary. They have a collaboration in the works.
Really?
Yes. Guess who they're collabing with for stuff they didn't specify.
Is it the Gotta Go Fast?
It is indeed the Gotta Go Fast. It's Sonic. They're collabing with, I guess, Sega to do Sonic stuff. So I guess we will get Sonic themed gear And I'm guessing we'll have a ring-themed yo-yo. Because that's the only weapon I can think of that would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Just make it rings.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with the other weapons, though.
You know what might be a nice thing too?
What?
Do like a level based around like maybe Green Hill Zone or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, that would be really good.
Like it doesn't have to be super huge, but kind of have it doing a lot of referencing to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these episodes are just. I want the good stuff of the series, but fuck me if it's not taking forever for us to get to maybe the good stuff. So we haven't hit the Shocker Riders yet, but apparently they're the end of the fucking series. Which I'm like, how are the Shocker Riders the end of the fucking series? How? I feel like all of the stuff like past that references the original series just truncates it all to like the beginning of the series and Hayato's introduction and the end of the series. It just truncates everything down to that.
I mean, probably makes sense. Because this middle feels like a big slog.
Yeah. Incredibly big slog. I'm glad we don't have writer shows that are 90 episodes anymore. God. Could you imagine what would happen if 01 was 90 fucking episodes?
I mean, probably good things, actually.
Okay, could you imagine what would happen if Ghost was 90 episodes?
There you go.
If Ghost was 90 episodes, if Kabuto was 90 episodes, if fucking Decade was 90 episodes.
Quite frankly, I feel like you could probably even throw like X-Aid and Build in that too.
Oh god.
Because of the way they kind of both had that we didn't want to kill the final villain.
Yeah. I would say Double as well, because I love Double, but god, do I not want 90 episodes of Double. God, please no.
I think they could do that, though.
Okay. Pre the establishment of the rest of the Phase 2 era writers, no. Post, with Double going around and recruiting the rest of them to deal with Foundation X stuff, that I'm in for.
Like, I think they probably could have.
Yeah.
Granted, that would have been a lot more brain power than some shows want to exhibit.
Yeah. That's a lot more booking than some shows are capable of. Yeah. So we got 4 more episodes next week. What is our cutoff? 60?
It's the next 3 episode batch, whenever that is. I think it's 59's the last in that batch.
Okay.
I can't remember right offhand. I'm thinking that's right.
Okay. So whenever we hit 59, we'll be evaluating the show there and deciding, hey, do we want to watch Build Fighters for a few weeks and not deal with the show? Because I'll be honest, I'm kind of on board for watching Build Fighters since the 4th, I wouldn't say season, but series of that Build Divers Re-Rise is ending this week. And I'm kind of into kind of rewatching Build Fighters. Granted, this new episode debuted a thing that kind of looks stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, 59.
Okay.
Is the last batch. So, 2 more weeks.
Yay.
And I just realized I actually need to update the dates listed on that, but if we stop after 59, it won't matter anyhow, so...
But yeah, this next week it's the usual stuff. So if you like what you're seeing, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Chipping away at that affiliate goal. At TCSaloon on Twitter. Get you updates on when we go live. Next week, we're in Discord chat. Gets this one link. Drop by and say hi. Also, Tommy's streaming on his own channel tomorrow. You're doing
KH2 randomizer.
KH2 rando. I am surprised you're the one doing more randos than I am of KH2.
I mean, to be fair, how many of them have you done?
The one we did co-op.
Well, 2 then, because we
okay,
technically did
two.
the one off stream too.
Yeah, the test one and then the proper one. Yeah, that's it. I haven't done any of the other ones.
But yeah, and if anyone wants to join, I actually will have... I've got Nightbot set up. I'll actually have it set up with a seed too, where you can generate your own.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
So yeah, check that out tomorrow. But that'll do for us. See you next week, folks.